YouTube traffic, this is 345 Delta Foxtrot ready to record another YouTube video, YouTube traffic. Okay, this is my disclaimer. Make sure you have your lawyer review it before you watch any more of this video. I'd like to be helpful, but I can't be responsible for any mistakes that you make in building an aircraft. You're the one that's responsible, and you're just going to have to be the one that makes sure that everything is built correctly. Okay, first a little bit about me. My name is David Ferguson. My email address is 345DF@ferguson.com. And if that email address gets abused, then I'm just going to delete it. I'm a little hesitant about putting an email address on the web, but we'll see what happens. I'm a retired electrical engineer. I decided to build an airplane, an RV-10, in my free time, something to keep myself busy, and it's definitely a time-consuming project. I'm not a pilot. I've never done anything like this before. The extent of my mechanical ability is basically on the order of changing the oil in my car. So my van's builder number is 42880. The reason I give that to you is if you buy something from Vans, something large like a kit, you'll have the opportunity to give them my builder number, and I'll get some sort of little discount or bonus or something. It's not a big deal, but it doesn't cost you anything. So what is an RV-10? Well, it's a kit plane sold by Vans Aircraft. And if you want to know more about it, just go to their website, vansaircraft.com, and there'll be pictures and descriptions and things like that. Some of the specs for it are, it's a four-seat airplane. It has a Lycoming 540 engine. The normally aspirated version is about 235 horsepower, and the fuel-injected version is about 260 horsepower. It has a top speed of about 200 miles an hour, maybe just a tad over. That's a little bit misleading because that's the not exceed speed. And the cruising speed would probably be more like 150 knots or something in that ballpark. It has a ceiling of 20,000 feet, but of course you'd need oxygen if you want to go that high. And I don't think many people add oxygen to their RV-10 and fly it anywhere near that high. The stall speed is about 63 miles an hour, and the fuel capacity is about 60 gallons. And it burns over 10 gallons an hour, but say it's 10 gallons an hour at 150 knots. You'd want at least 1 hour of fuel in reserve, so that would give you 5 hours of flying time. At 150 knots, that'd be a range of 750 miles. And 5 hours is a pretty long time to go without a restroom. So I don't think many people would want to be flying further than that. So why Van's aircraft? Well, I didn't know much about building airplanes, and Vans was the largest supplier by far of airplane kits in the United States. They've been around for a while. They were founded in 1973, and they have over 11,000 aircraft flying now, or as of last year. So that gives them a fairly large user base. And there's a website called Vans Air Force, which is basically the forums for their users. And if you decide to build a Vans airplane, I highly recommend you check out Vans Air Force. Now, on the downside, Vans has had some problems recently. In December of last year, they filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. They had some problems with laser cut parts, and they had some problems with wing kits with corrosion problems when they were being shipped from somewhere in Asia to the United States. And as a result, they had to file bankruptcy. They've come out of, or the judges approved their reorganization plan. I don't know that they're out of bankruptcy yet, but it does look like they're going to survive, and they're going to come out of bankruptcy. And so it's something that you should be aware of if you decide to build a Vans aircraft. Okay, why an RV-10? Well, I wanted to build a four-seat plane, and that's the only one that Vans has. There's a couple of other possibilities, basically Sling Aircraft and Lancair. Sling Aircraft has the TSI. Sling Aircraft is based in South Africa, and it's a lot newer than Vans. It was founded in 2008. And I was a little bit leery about building a big, expensive kit from a company based in South Africa. Also, since they're smaller and newer than Vans, they have a much smaller user base. So if you run into problems and you need some help, might not be quite as good as going with a Vans airplane. Lancair is based in the United States. They're in Texas. It's a much higher performance plane. It's a composite as opposed to an aluminum frame. So, that would be nice, but the problem is it's higher performance, but it's also higher cost. And so it's substantially higher cost. It's about 2x more expensive than an RV-10. So that was kind of out of my price range. Okay, what is this 345 Delta Foxtrot stuff? Well, you can go to the FAA and you can reserve an N number for your plane. That's the number that goes on the tail of your airplane. And it's pretty inexpensive. It's only $10 a year to reserve an N number. So my initials are DF. So I looked for a number that was available that had DF in it. And 345 was pretty easy to remember and hear on the radio, pretty distinctive. So that's the one that I reserved. And actually, I reserved two. I don't remember what the other one was. But I like 345DF the best. So that's probably the one that I'll go with. So your actual tail number would be N345 Delta Foxtrot, but all tail numbers in the United States start with N, so nobody ever says the N. You just say 345 Delta Foxtrot. Okay, there's a zillion other videos on YouTube about building an RV-10, and here's a list of some of them. I believe that they're in alphabetical order here. I've watched parts of all of them, and they're all pretty good. I recommend that you do the same. Just go through the list, watch a little bit of each one, and find a couple that fit your style and that you like, and watch those. Some of them are a little more terse and concise, and some of them are very verbose and talkative. And neither one is necessarily good or bad. It's just your preference. Okay, in addition to YouTube videos about specifically building an RV-10, there's a lot of other YouTube videos that are helpful about building an aircraft. For example, there's the VANS website, which you definitely want to check out. There's a set of videos that Kit Planes magazine made called Metal Magic, which I thought were pretty good. And they're a very good introduction to building an aluminum airframe and working with metal, working with aluminum, riveting, things like that. Also, there's several videos that Cleveland Aircraft Tool made about their tools and how to use their tools. And I have their basic set of tools, and I find their videos very good. They've been quite helpful, and that's one of the reasons why I decided to buy their tools. The next two, Savvy Aviation and Baseleg Aviation, they're large aircraft maintenance outfits. They're A&Ps, IAs, and they have a lot of experience working on airplanes, particularly experimental airplanes like the RV-10, and they have some very good videos. I already talked about Kit Planes magazine. They have some videos in addition to the Metal Magic videos that you might want to check out. And the last two on the list I don't know too much about, but I recommend that you check out everything that you can. Okay, since we already have a zillion videos on building an RV-10, do we need another one? I thought about it, and I think my slant is going to be significantly different than the other YouTube videos. I'd like to go more in depth into some of the topics, and I'd like to take more of a scientific and an engineering approach. A lot of the other videos are basically just targeted at building the kit and following the instructions, and a few details here and there on what they did here and there to build their kit. This one, I hope, will be a little bit more in depth We'll see how it goes. Feel free to leave some comments about these videos and what you like and what you dislike. And I'll try and adjust a little bit to make videos that people find interesting and useful. Okay, there's several different ways to start practicing to learn about how to build an airplane. One of them is Vans sells some practice kits. And the best one, I think, is the RV training project #1. And it's a little airfoil. It's about, I don't know, it's like a little cross section out of a rudder or something. It's about 12 inches by 12 inches by 3 inches. And it takes you through all of the basic steps, and it's fairly reasonably priced. I think when I bought mine, it was only about $30 or $35, but it looks like the price has gone up to a little over $60 now. There's also the toolbox kit, and I built one of those as well, and it's also good. I think the RV training project #1 is a little more realistic. There's some guy, I don't know who it was, that made a YouTube video about building a $5,000 toolbox, and he's basically right. The toolbox kit is $79, but to buy the tools to build that kit, it's going to cost you somewhere in the ballpark of $5,000. So, of course, those are the tools that you're going to be using to build the airplane. And, you know, that's enough tools probably to build the whole airplane. I mean, assuming you have your own screwdrivers and things like that already. But if that scares you off, then maybe building an airplane is not for you. There's some other practice kits that I haven't built. There's the Lightbox sign kit, which it didn't look to me like it would add any building skills. If you happen to want something like a Lightbox sign, then go for it. There's two other kits that I don't know anything at all about, called the Blind Rivets Training Project and the Metalworking Training Project. And like I said, I really don't know anything about those two kits. You can also take classes on how to build an airplane. Vans has a list of classes on their website, and the website is given here. I will try and put all of these links in the comments section, but I've never posted a YouTube video before. This is my first one, and presumably it's not very difficult, and I'll do it, but I can't say for sure yet. So I took one that was on their list, and it was given by Synergy Air in Oregon, which is up near the Vans Aircraft Factory in Oregon, which is in the Portland area. It's not in Portland, but it's nearby. It was a one-day class. I think it cost a little less than $300. And I would say it was worth it. It's a good way to get started. Basically, you build the RV training project number one, and they put you in teams of two. And so you and a partner build that training kit, and they provide all the tools, and it's something that you can do in one day, and it provides a pretty good set of experiences on how to work with aluminum. So I would recommend something like that. It's not cheap, so if you prefer to just buy the kit and buy the tools and do it in your garage, go for it. There's no reason you couldn't go that route either. Now, one other thing that Synergy Air offers and other places offer is build assistance. So you can order your first kit, which is the empennage kit, which is the tail section of the airplane. And you can have it shipped directly to Synergy Air, and you can go up there after the kit arrives, and they'll help you build it. You can probably knock it out in just a few weeks. But of course, they're going to charge you for that, and they're going to charge you quite a bit for that. So I would recommend taking the training class, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend doing the build assist thing. If you get your airplane partially built and for some reason, like health problems or something, you can't finish it, you could maybe ship it to somebody like Synergy Air and have them finish it for you or something. But anyway, it's an option. Okay, in terms of other training, there's an organization called the EAA, which is the Experimental Aircraft Association. And their website is eaa.org/EAA. I believe if you order a kit from Van's Aircraft, you get a 1-year membership to EAA included in the price of the kit. And it's even if they don't include it, I don't think it's all that expensive to join the EAA, and I would recommend it. They have lots of videos on how to build things and just on flying and experimental aircraft in general. They offer webinars, I don't know, maybe a couple dozen a year, and you can go back and watch previous webinars. They offer training classes similar to the previous training classes, like basic working with aluminum, things like working with fiberglass, even I think maybe some classes on electrical work and building your panel. Also, there's local chapters pretty much all over the country of the EAA. And so it's a good place to go and meet people and other people with similar interests. And I think they have volunteers that will, I don't know that you'd call them experts, but they're people with experience that will volunteer to help you out. You sign up with one of them, and when you have questions, you can give them a call. And I think they occasionally help people by loaning them tools that are uncommon and expensive. and something that you might only need for a few hours. And if you know of anything else, please add a comment to this video so that I can either mention it at a subsequent video, or people can read the comments and okay, that's pretty much it for this first video. At the end of all the YouTube videos, they always say subscribe, ring the bell, so you get notified of future videos, and give it a like. Now, I have no intention of monetizing these videos, so I really don't care much if you subscribe or not. However, if you subscribe or if you give it a like, it basically tells the YouTube algorithm that you thought the video was worthwhile and that other people with similar interests might want to watch that video. It's basically like recommending it to other people. So if you want to recommend these videos to other people, then please subscribe, and YouTube algorithm will start recommending it to other people. Please add any comments that you have, or I gave you my email address. Send me an email. I'd be interested in any suggestions for future videos. Right now, I have a pretty long list of videos, but after a while, if you have specific suggestions for something I haven't covered, then please add it. Send me a comment. Also, if you know of any other good YouTube videos, please add that to the comments so that other people will know about them. If ever you see any problems with my videos that requires an addition or correction, definitely post that to the comments. And this video is using a PowerPoint format. Subsequent videos will probably use more of a chat type format. If you have any comments either way, let me know, and I'll try and take that into account. And also, if you have any comments about the audio or video quality, please let me know. So thank you for watching my video, and I hope it was helpful, and I hope you decide to build an RV-10 or some sort of airplane. It can be a very interesting experience, and I think you'll find it very rewarding.